Game 5, going back to the Bay. Can Boston steal one, or is Golden State going to take this and go up 3-2? Let's go. Hey, happy Monday, everybody. It's Craig Ben, aka Cash Cake, back with another NBA Prizepicks video. We're going back to the Bay here. It's been a fun series, 2-2. Only had a couple games that kind of got out of control, but it's been fun, man. So we did real well in game 4, went 3-0 in our plays. Got 3 more for you today. We'll talk about each and every one of them. Hopefully they can take us to the promised land and win a little bit of scratch. But with that, hey, if you like these videos, hit that like button for me, subscribe to the channel, turn on the notifications as the lines do move. But it should be a good one. Let's dive in. All right, I have the NBA Prizepicks desktop up here. If you do not have an account, use that promo code DFSArmy and get 100% instant deposit match up to $100. The link is in the description below. All right, we're going to talk about 3 plays. The 3 we hit on in game 4, we hit the Curry over 4.5 3-pointers made. We hit the Wiggins over 22.5 points and rebounds, and we had the Tatum over 12.5 rebounds and assists. So we got 3 more here. The first one, I'm going right back to the well with the one that we played in game 4. The line did move a little bit. You can play this a couple different ways if you want to, but he's just had an unreal series. And we're going back to points and rebounds, and I'm going to Andrew Wiggins. It's 24.5. We got it at 22.5 on game 4, so they bumped it 2 points for us here. And in this series, he's had 25, 17, 25, and 33. So he's went over this mark in 3 of 4 games at this 24.5. I asked people asked me, I was like, well, why don't you just play the points, rebounds, and assists? I said, well, you could play it. It's a 26.5. He's only went over this in 2 of those 4 games. He just missed it right here because he doesn't get you a lot of assists. He's going to rebound and score the ball. So, I saw this in the comments, and it's like, it's fine to play it. I know it's only 2 more points, but he generally gets rebounds and points. That's what he does. He's been super aggressive with that, but doesn't pass the ball because he does a lot of cutting across that lane. So if we look at, his assist numbers through those games, right, you got 0 that first game. That's why he didn't clear it, right? And then he got 2, 2, and 2. So he doesn't get a ton of assists. So if you want to play it, I completely understand. I'm still going to stick with the points and rebounds. I just feel like he's going to keep on scoring. He's put up 20, 11, 18, and 17 points. And then he's put 5, 6, 7, and a massive 16 rebounds in game 4. The shots are going to be there as well with him. And it's just a spot I feel more comfortable taking. But again, you could take either one of them. It's just, that's kind of how I see it, and that's kind of how I'm playing it. So I'm going to take Andrew Wiggins over 24.5 points and rebounds here. Hopefully we get a nice close game. Golden State's favored by 4 with a 212 over under. Second, we're going to go to is, I was looking at Tatum stuff, and I think he's going to have a big game here. I think you could look at the points and a rebounds and assists like we took before, but I'm not going to go there on this one. I'm going to go over to 3-pointers made. 3 just feels too low for me for Tatum here. The line is at 3.5 at a lot of books that are out there. The juice is on the under on that, and I can understand it. At the 3 mark, though, he has hit this number in 5 of his last 6 games, and he's hit it at or above in 3 of the 4 games in this series. He takes a ton of 3-pointers. We saw, he's averaging 7.5 3-pointers over his last 5 and 10 games. The first game at Golden State where he didn't hit it, he only took 5. He shot 1 for 5, pretty abysmal that game. But then he bounced back and shot 6 for 9 in this game, 3 for 9 in this game, and 4 for 8 in this game. So the volume is there for him. 3 feels like a good number to take a shot on him. Like I said, if you wanted to take a shot at his rebounds and assists, I think you could do that as well. But I like the 3-pointers made just a little bit more. If we look at his rebounds and assists at the 13 mark, he's went over this in 3 of his 4 games he's played Golden State. Game 1, he put up 18, and then 9, then 15, and then 17. And that game 2, they just got their butts kicked. So it's one thing you got to kind of if you want to take advantage of. I have no problem playing it. The books have it at 13.5 with the juice on the under, but not I don't feel as comfortable as I do with the 3-pointers made here. I just feel like that 3 is just a little low and something that I kind of want to take advantage of. So that's where I'm kind of looking at the second one here. And then the third play we're going to look at, I was kind of going a bunch of different ways here with this one. I didn't know if I wanted to go fantasy score. I didn't know if I wanted to look at, playing his points, rebounds, and assist. I was just kind of unsure exactly the way I wanted to go with this because I think both are in play, and he's been pretty consistent when the game's competitive here. And that just leans right on with Marcus Smart. And I think on Prizepicks, I'll take the over fantasy points. He's went over this in 3 of the 4 games he's played him, really consistent here. But I think if you don't have it and you have to play the line when it comes to points, rebounds, and assists at 24.5, I'm fine with that as well. He's hit that in 3 of the 4 games in this series as well. So very much in line. And he's hit it in 7 of his last 10 games. So, it's a spot I think, you could hit him. If you want to go back even Golden State even further, Smart's hit this line in 5 of the 6 games he's played them this series, this season, including the finals here. So I think that's a spot that we can look at. And the fantasy scores, just again, if it's a tight game, Marcus Smart's going to be in there. He might get a steal here, and it just completely adds up. The big thing for me with him is the shot attempts have been massive these last 2 games. Now, I know I always say role players at home, but I don't consider him, a role player. He's not a superstar like Tatum and Brown, but he's still a key piece to this offense, and he kind of runs a lot of it. So took 17 and 18 shots these last 2 games. I'm just throwing this game completely out of how the outcome was. He took 11 here, so I think we're going to see anywhere between 12 to 15 shots. Maybe we'll continue to see the shots at the 17, 18 point mark, but the minutes, 39 and 40 minutes you love to see. So if I can get 30 fantasy points out of Marcus Smart and something like this, definitely want to take him. And again, a lot of it's with points as well. So I'm going to take a shot at that one. So those are the 3 that I do like here. It's kind of looking around a little bit more. If you didn't like Tatum, like I said, I'm okay if you want to take a shot at his rebounds and assists at 13. I do think fantasy score is viable with him. I know he didn't get there those first 2 games on the road at Golden State. Played much better, back home. But if you want to take a shot at that, especially losing that game and then trying to win this game on the road, I don't mind taking a shot of it. I still think 3-pointers made is the best play here for Tatum, and that's where I'm going to be leaning at. One other one I was kind of on the fence with is kind of looking at Looney, just in general. I don't know if I'm going to pull the trigger on him, but again, we talk about role players at home, and he's had some big games, and then he's had some games he kind of fell off a little bit. But this 16.5 points, rebounds, and assists, he's hit it every game except for game 3 in Boston where he only put up 16. And it's a lot of that's like we saw it in game 4. Everyone panicked. He didn't start, and they started Otto Porter, and then he still came off the bench and did really well. So it's one that I don't mind if you want to look at. If you're looking for a 4th play to throw in, probably would be this one. Again, he played 28 minutes, the most he's ever played, and he came off the bench there. He doesn't shoot a bunch, but he gets there in the rebounds, and he's assisted the ball really well this series. 5, 2, 3, and 2. He's had more assists than Wiggins, so that tells you, he's the kind of guy that gets the ball in the post. Wiggins cutting, and he just dumps it off to him, or he's throwing the ball out there and letting Curry just drain 3. So. That would be the 4th one I'd look at if you're looking for a 4th, but I'm still on the fence if I want to pull the trigger on it. I prefer these 3 here, and I would rank these right here. I would rank them Tatum 1, Smart 2, and then Wiggins 3, but I like all of them about the same. No, I don't have one that I'm just like, this is my favorite play. So that's what I'm looking at here. Again, enjoy your Monday here. Should be a good game 5. Tell me who you're rooting for. Who do you think is going to win this game? And by what score? Throw it in the comments below. And I'll see you guys on the flip side. Deuces.